Hello everybody, good morning. So here I am again in Argentina, and I'm making this video today just to make a short explanation about the different varieties of rice we have, and also the three most popular ones, and we're going to cook them. So we're going to make a comparison about each of this type of rice, which is the one that's most popular. Okay, so first of all, I'll explain the rices we have. So the rices we have are the short grain, which is this and this. They are the medium grain and short grain. This grain of rice, this is like the Caceres. You can see here. This is medium grain rice. You can see. This is polished and glazed. So this is the Caceres. It's the most expensive. This is short grain. This is called mochi. It's short grain rice. It's a smaller. The grains is smaller. If you put both sides next to each other, you see the difference. Okay, there will be photographs sent, so you can see also the difference between them. And this is also the brown versions of the Caceres and the sushi rice or mochi rice, the different varieties. Okay, so you can see the difference. One is bigger. This is the Caceres, and this is the mochi. So here you can see them also. Okay, this is brown rice. In Africa, a lot of times customers, they say brown. They call this rice brown rice. And this is because they just don't talk about, and this will be the whole grain rice. This is the brown rice. This is the parboiled rice or brown rice. In Africa, they would say brown rice. It's parboiled rice. Okay, parboilization. It's a process that's made to rices. So you have the same rice in the white version, like this one. This is the white rice. Then you have the same rice with a different industrial process. It's the parboiled rice. And then we have here the red rice, which is another variety of rice. It's black. It's this color. It's very dark red color, like a purple red. It's another rice. So today I'm going to be talking about the rices that we're selling the most. We sell a lot of Caceres, which is this one. This is the Caceres. We sell a lot of this. The Caceres, we have a very high demand. The problem is availability. Okay, that's why I've been telling in all the emails and phone calls we've been doing that. To purchase Caceres or to purchase organic versions, we need to do a contract. So we're going to grow this rice for you. We don't have availability. So that's what we've been talking about. Why? Because this rice is made only for exports. So that's why we just don't have, like right now we have 300 metric tons. So if you want an order of this, you need to do a contract. So we're going to deliver to you in 1 year from now. It's a very high quality Caceres, polished, glazed, beautiful. But we need to commit to a shipment to you after the harvest, like it's not before the harvest. So we agree before, and then we ship once it's harvest. So we're going to grow the rice for you. It's the only solution to have not only the availability but also the price you need. Because if you produce very little, like right now that we have produced only 300 metric tons, the price is very high. So, and you ordering like 500, 1,000, 300. So we only can agree for delivered in the next harvest. Okay, so that's one thing. So for that reason, the three types of rices that we're selling the most are the ones that I'm bringing now to the front. Here we go. There's three rices here, and they're beautifully in these cups. So I'm going to cook them. I'm going to make a small portion in this little pan here, and we're going to cook the three of them. We're going to cook this, and this. So this, you can see here, it's the parboiled rice. Parboiled rice is long grain rice that has been parboiled. That's why it has this golden color. This has been parboiled, has been pre-cooked in the factory and dried. This one is white rice and it's been polished and glazed. It is the best quality of white rice available in the market. It looks beautiful, it's pearled. So this one, I'm going to cook this one too. It's a white rice. And then we have the cheap version, which is the white rice, 25% broken. So this is like cheaper. So we have three grades of rice. The common white rice, the polished and glazed white rice, and the parboiled rice, golden color, first class. So I'm going to cook the three of them, and then we're going to compare. And another thing is, when you cook, you have different methods of cooking. So I'm going to cook it on a way that it gets fluffy, because our customers, they want it fluffy. Okay, so I'm going to cook them on a way here, this little pan, so that's fluffy. All right, so I'll be back in a few. Okay, cheers. Hello, so here I am again. So now I'm going to cook. So I have all the ingredients you need to cook simple rice. So I'm going to do first the parboiled. Okay, you can see here in the camera, this is the parboiled, the golden rice. I'm going to add this full cup here. So first, let's put some oil, just a little bit, okay, because I'm going to cook the fluffy rice. I'll add the salt. I prefer to add the salt in the beginning because this way you use less salt. So I have some salt. Then I have the same quantity of garlic, a little bit of garlic. Then you stir the garlic and the oil and the rice. So then I'm going to add the rice to this mixture. There we go. This is 1 cup of rice, the last cup. Then you have the next ones there, the glazed white and the common white. So I'm going to stir. You can see I'm stirring the parboiled rice with some oil and garlic. I stir this for a little bit. The oil is being everywhere. Now I'm going to stir. It's in high heat. It's in high heat. So it's there. I'm going to stir it until it gets a bit more golden and the oil it's spread out to every grain, and the garlic also cooks a bit. And then I'm going to add the water. The water is right here. So as you can see, it's very simple. Just need some spices. In my case is garlic, salt, vegetable oil, rice, and hot water. That's it. I used 1 cup of rice, so I'm going to use 2 cups of water. So there, it's becoming a little bit darker. You see, it smells like popcorn. It's just a little bit, don't need too much, it's just usually that's how fluffy rice, if you don't want the rice to stick together. So now that it is already stir fried, I'm adding hot water. I'm going to add about 2 sizes of the same quantity of rice. So I add this, As you can see, it is boiling. It is boiling because the water was already hot, so it's boiling. As it's already boiling, what I'll do is that I reduce the heat. I cover it up and I reduce the heat to minimum. And I don't touch it, I just leave it there. And then now it's 2:45, so let's give it, and let's check how many minutes. And I'll be back soon. Alright? Hello everybody, so here we are back. It's been 20 minutes. So we're going to open this lid. There we go. It's smelling very good, delicious. And here you can see the rice. As you can see, it's the typical look of a fluffy rice. We have all these holes on it. I have, it's still cooking. You can see there's no water anymore. So what you do now, you switch it off and you let it cover for a few minutes more. So it rests a little bit, it cools down. Well, so this rice was resting a little bit. So alright, now we're going to open. This is the parboiled rice, the brown rice. Here we go. There's still some vapor, you can see. It smells beautiful. It smells very beautiful. So, it's very important, if you don't want it fluffy, just don't touch it. So, what I'm doing is I'm going to start cooking the white rice next. So all this rice I'm going to put it here. There we go. This is the rice, smelling deliciously. And then I'm going to leave it resting here on this bowl. Okay, so then we do the comparison later of all the different rices. So I'm going to leave it resting. So I'm going to take the rest of it. Oh, that's my alarm. I have to done it a bit earlier. Stop. So exact 20 minutes cooking, was very fast. I can tell it's well done by the looks. You can see it is fluffy because it's, you can see when I'm taking it out of the pan, every grain, they are falling from the pan one by one, so you can see that they're fluffy, but they're going to get better as soon as they cool down. So it smells delicious too. Okay, so this is just garlic. That's the only spice I have used, just garlic. Okay, so I'm going to use the same pan. I'm still going to leave this first batch of rice. I'm going to leave it here, covered here, you know, so it's just cools down here now. So now let's go to the next. I'm going to rinse this pan, so we have the exact same conditions as the first one. A quick rinse, yes, I'm cooking the same type of food, so not really. So there we go. So we have a pan here. We're going to repeat the same recipe now for the whites, glazed and polished. So this is the first quality, which is this one. It's the next one we're cooking. Okay, so I don't know where I stopped in the last video. There was a problem with the camera here, so let's go quick. So we put here garlic. It's the same. I'm going to switch off that one because it's already boiling the water there. Okay. Now we're going to the second batch, which is the white glazed parboiled rice. Okay. So I'm going to add here some olive oil. And then I'm going to stir fry. The heat is on high heat. I'm stir frying a little bit of oil. I'm stir frying the garlic. I'm going to add some salt. pinch of salt, and then still fry the garlic and the oil, and then let's pour 1 cup of white polished rice. There we go. 1 cup, and I'm going to do the same procedure, which is stir fry all the rice so it absorbs all this oil and the salt and the garlic until you brown it a little bit. Now still frying in the high heat. So, this is a very white color rice. This is the selection. They're very similar. They come from the same plant. It's just on the selection process. We have the common white rice, which is this one, and then you have the glazed and polished, and like it's a better look. They're still the same rice, it's just a look. This has more broken grains, this has less broken grains, and this is glazed also. They're polished and glazed, so they look very beautiful. The grains, they all look alike. It's a bit more expensive, but they really look very beautiful, especially on the supermarket when you compare all the different types of rices available. Like, you know, this one looks really pretty. It's all glazed. It's not only polished and well selected with only 5% broken or less, but it's still glazed. So now we let it. This is cooking. It's I am browning them. You know, like stir frying them in the oil. Does that absorb a bit of this oil? Now that's almost there. It's just a little bit, not a lot. Now you can stir. At this stage, you do stir. See, stir all of it, and then I'm going to add now the hot water that I have, which is right here. About 2 cups of water. There we go, 2 cups of water. You can see it's boiling. 2 cups of water. I'm going to reduce now to medium heat and cover with the lid. And I'll wait again for 20 minutes. Alright, and I'll be back. So I'm back. This rice has been resting, so you can see here it's been resting in the pan. So it was cooling down for only 5 minutes. So now I'm going to, this is the white glazed and polished rice. Oh, this is it. The difference. This is being a bit more difficult to look. It's not falling from the. So okay. So let's. The first one we did was the parboiled. That one fell off. So that one's less fluffy. It's more fluffy than this one. Okay, so this is the white rice. So then you can see the difference. And now, so that was the difference between the white rice and the first one that we cooked. It is falling off. It is a bit more sticky, you can see, but not a lot, because once you break it, it gets the grains. They get to separate. But it didn't fall off like the brown or parboiled. It didn't just fell off the pan. So I'm going to just repeat the same procedure now. So this is the white glazed rice. White glazed rice. I'm removing all. It is here, okay? The rice is here, and I'm going to remove every grain, and now we're going to go for the next batch, which is the 25% Here I have the parboiled. Now that's the white polished and glazed. So it's also going to be resting here. And now we're going to the last one, which we're going to follow the same procedures, which is, again, turning on the heat, maximum. So I'll put some oil. I'll put some oil here. I'm sorry, a bit confused because the first time that I'm cooking and recording, it's a bit complicated because also the position is not really the best. But okay, so now here I put some garlic, so you can see it's the same we did before. Put here some salt. I'm going to stir fry the Hello, so we're back here, so let's finish now the last batch, which is the regular white rice. This is the cheap version of white rice, means more broken grains and more it's less polished and it has more broken grains, okay? But it's the same white rice like the one before. I have here high heat, and then I'm stir frying here this common white rice. It's the same process I have used for the glazed white rice, the premium one, and for the parboiled first class that I just did like a few minutes ago. So this pan had oil, salt. I have stir fried some garlic, and now I'm finishing. This is the last rice that I'm making this test today. So I'm here stir frying in high heat, white rice, garlic, salt, and oil. This is just 1 cup of rice. So I'm here frying it until I add the water. As you can see, this is the first one we did. This was the parboiled that we cooked like half an hour ago. And here is the other one, which is the white glazed. You can see how beautiful they look. So here we have parboiled, and here we have white glazed. And there we go, we're cooking the last batch of the white rice, which is the white rice with high brokerage. This is about 20% broken. It's a much cheaper rice. It's cheaper just because of the selection process, because you have more broken grains. It's about when you select the grains, and it's always also related to the amount of rice available. Usually there's more of this rice, there's less of the other rice. That's why the prices they change. And so this is it's already stir frying. You already have noticed a difference between the parboiled and the white rice. That the white rice got stuck to the pan. The parboiled is just the whole thing they fell off. And now the hot water is already boiling. Going to turn it off. Same procedures we did before. So I'm going to just stir fry just a little bit. So I'm back again. I have already added the water. I left this cooking. This is the last batch. This is the white rice. This is some garlic that's fried there. Okay. It also smells very good. And so let's do the turn it up test. This also sticks. You see, like the parboiled is the one that really fell off pretty easy. The white, you need to really do this. So it falls off. So now I'm filling on. I'm putting it all here. As you can see, I will show it is fluffy. Look, It is fluffy. It does not stick to each other, okay? It's not a sticky rice. This is fluffy rice. And here I am. I'm going to put it all in this new pot here, okay? And now we're going to make the test now that we have cooked the 3 varieties of rice. Hello everybody, so let's finish the presentation here. So we have here on the left, we have parboiled rice that has been cooked. As you can see, the rice came very fluffy, you see? It's not a sticky rice at all. This is the parboiled first class. Just this one was cooked, so right here. Then we have here the white polished and glazed rice. It's this one. This is a bit more sticky, but it's also on the fluffy rice. It's not sticky. It's not sticky enough for to do sushi or anything. Which is this one's the white polished and glazed. It came out a bit more sticky. You see, so parboiled definitely it's not sticky at all. It's all very fluffy. This one. And this is the common white rice. The common white rice, which is this one, the common white rice came also very fluffy. You can see all the different grains. The grain is a bit smaller. When it comes to taste, let's taste. It's very tasty, very good. And this one, this has a different texture. It's a bit more like cow rose. It's more gummy. And this is the parboiled. Parboiled came out very good. And definitely the one that's less fluffy at all is the parboiled, as everybody knows. This is the white rice. When it comes to the color, I have cooked the way I always cook, which is with some garlic. So I fried the garlic and I stir fried also the rice. So that's why they look a little brownish. But that's my personal recipe, okay? If I want to make it like sparkling white, I wouldn't use garlic, okay? So this is it, and so stay tuned, there'll be more cooking videos. So here we have parboiled rice. Here we have the white glazed and polished white rice. On the appearance, this is the one that has the better look. It looks really beautiful. All the grains are very strong and solid and uniform. And here we have the regular white rice, which is the cheapest rice we have, but it's also very fluffy, okay? All of them, the variety is long grain. It's Argentinian long grain white rice. This has been through the parboilization or pre-cooking process. This is what some customers in Africa call as brown rice, okay? This is parboiled rice. Parboiled rice, the big difference is the one that's, look, it's less sticky, it's very fluffy. This is the parboiled rice. It's one of the good things for those who want to cook fluffy rice, okay? So it was a pleasure, and I'll post some photographs so everybody can understand clearly the difference between these 3 big versions of rice, which is the ones that we sell the most quantity. We also have cow rose, which is this one, but this one only under contract for future deliveries. We need to grow this rice for you, okay? All right, so look, best rice, best price, and thank you very much for watching this. All right, cheers.